Would you say boredom or apathy?
Well, what's the difference?
Boredom.
Apathy is the condition of not caring. Boredom is just a slumber one can be roused from.
Oh, then definitely boredom.
A lot of times people will justify nonviolence, making the very common sense, very simple, and ultimately false argument that violence is the government's strong suit, and it makes no sense to fight the violence of the government or the violence of the government. And what they're doing is conflating very, very different activities. They're suggesting that somehow defending yourself against police violence, or destroying commodities, or taking over property, fighting to free prisoners, indigenous people fighting to take over stolen land, things of this nature, somehow has any similarities with governments carpet bombing villages, or using landmines, or police torturing people, or putting someone in prison. That just because by some linguistic coincidence these different things can be described as violence, and somehow there's not only similarities between them, but that they're the same thing, and that one is going to reproduce the other. When in fact, by fighting back, people actually raise the stakes of oppression for the state, and actually make real short-term differences, and I think also have a greater potentiality of ultimately destroying the state of capitalism and just create a
What's your nationality? They attack the victim, and then determine who attacked the victim, accusing the victim of attacking. This is American justice. This is American democracy. And those of you who are familiar with it know that in America, democracy is hypocrisy.